From my heart, I am so incredibly excited that you are joining me today. How can one tiny little practice be so important, right? But truly, from my heart, if that's one thing that I can convey to you today, I hope that I accomplish that. So, my name's Cherin Rykaczewski. I've been a transformational coach and an energy healer for last decade probably, and about a year and a half ago I got led to a training called Art of Feminine Presence, and spirit, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, decided to tell me that I needed to be a teacher. So I am what I would call myself, and many of us on the planet, a mission driven woman, mission driven leader. Years ago, I was going through a lot of pain, knowing that I had so many gifts to share, but did not know how to get out there and share them in the world. And so that finally happened. I stepped through all the barriers and all the fear, and learned so many personal growth tools that I've been teaching my clients for many years. But since discovering Art of Feminine Presence, I can honestly say that I believe that it is one of the most foundational practices that probably all women need to have, but definitely mission driven women. So I did a lot of very cool things in my business, but it wasn't until Art of Feminine Presence training that I really found my voice, my true energy within me. I started taking a lot more courageous leaps in my business, and just in general, felt much better, much grounded, much more joyful in all areas of my life. So it's becoming my mission to share these tools with women that are on a mission. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today. So Rachel Jane Groover is the creator of Art of Feminine Presence. She took numerous teachings, spiritual teachings, and discovered that there are certain practices that we can do that really amplify our personal presence, make us more magnetic, make us more of an attractor. A lot of us have been coming from a very dominant masculine energy, go, do, force, which can be kind of draining us. So she's developed this system that is actually very multifaceted. It gets us connected to this power center. There's other energy practices, and it also is reconnecting us to our feminine energy, which just lights up so many different areas of our lives. So I'm so excited to be teaching it to you today. The foundational practice, there's 44 practices in Art of Feminine Presence. I, as a Chicagoland teacher, are going to be teaching these practices, the first 22 practices this year, all throughout the year, in the Chicagoland area, and also look for my online trainings as well coming soon. But the foundational piece in Art of Feminine Presence is most of us are operating our lives, our relationships, our conversations from this very heady based area. And our power center is actually it's not up here, it's actually down here in our belly. And this information actually dates back thousands of years. Coming from like Tai Chi and Qigong, the power center in those practices is called the Dantian. Now, in Art of Feminine Presence, we call it womb space, because not only are we getting connected to our power center, we're also connecting to our feminine energy. So I'm going to step back a minute and show you where our womb space is. And so it's 3 inches below the belly button and in the center of the body. So as I stand to my side like this, if my belly button is right here, I'm just going to kind of, it's 3 inches below, And then again, it's in the center of the body. So here's the front of my body, here's the back. It's in the very center of the cavity of my body. And we like to we can access that space just from our intention, just from thinking about it. So just thinking, there's a still point of light there, 3 inches below the belly button and in the center of the cavity of our body. That is our womb space. So what happens, as I mentioned, things like personal presence and magnetism. So what happens when we are operating with, or when we're communicating with clients, actually anybody, when we are communicating from this headspace, it's a very, the energy just gets very diffused, and it has an anxious quality to it. So it's very hard to pay attention to. It's almost very repelling, and you almost kind of don't really want. It's definitely not attracting or drawing you in. It's almost kind of hard to listen to someone when they're operating from that space. So when we're operating from womb space, we're coming from this energy that's inside of our body, and it's much more grounded. The power center, actually, it is a direct channel to our authentic voice. So our authentic voice comes through when we're communicating from this space. There's heart energy, and because we're coming from inside the body, there's like this radiance that actually comes from inside the body. So people can see us better. So I'm going to demonstrate this to you. So I'm going to just do a little talking to you from my head space, and then I'm going to do a little talking to you from my womb space. So just give me a moment to kind of get... So my name is Cherin Rykaczewski. I'm a transformational coach, an energy healer, and an art of feminine presence teacher. I'm very excited to be teaching these tools. Spirit led me to these tools about 1.5 years ago, and it's just, it's one of the most exciting things that has ever happened in my life. And just so much transformation has happened for me that I'm just so excited to be teaching these tools to women. So that's head bubble. So I'm going to bring it down into my womb. So give me a moment. Welcome. I am just so grateful that you are here to learn this first practice with me. Again, my name is Cherin Rykaczewski. I've been a transformational coach and an energy healer for many, many years, and about 1.5 years ago got led to Art of Feminine Presence, and it completely changed my life. When I talk about Art of Feminine Presence, there's so many things that it does for our business, which is so important to us, right? Most of us are on these mission-driven, we have these missions that we want to accomplish. But the biggest piece that I really love about Art of Feminine Presence is I get to bring women home, back to themselves, and it's the most fulfilling thing that I can experience. Okay, so did you see the difference there? With number 1, it's just like, flighty, flighty, flighty. And when I'm coming from my womb space, you should have just really felt my heart energy, probably very authentic. Usually when someone is talking from their womb space, you can kind of hang out with them for a while, and you're just drawn to everything that they are saying. So this is why it is so important for me to get this work out there. So you have a challenge. So today, maybe right after this video, do this. So what are you, when you are talking to a client, practice on how you describe your work. So do one from Headspace and then give yourself a couple seconds to kind of clear that away, and then really ground into womb space and just pretend that you're talking to a client and really hear how you come across, hear how you feel different in your body. And as I mentioned before, when we are operating from womb space, people start just treating us differently. There's this level of, I almost want to call it like respect, like we're lighting up, and people start like seeing us and responding to us differently. When I got back from the training, I remember having lunch with a friend and my mom, and they were like, what's different about you? So, all right, so that is my challenge for you. Also with AFP, we like to operate every single area of our life from womb space. So I'm challenging you to do this practice on your own, but then also try your best to just start to operate from that space and see how life feels differently for you. It's very, very, very grounding. The Dantian is like this, always giving us this grounding energy from the earth. So in AFP, we like to ask ourselves all the time, am I home? Am I home? Am I home? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you continue to plug in here anytime you're going through maybe some sort of challenge. You can just kind of watch the video and get re-inspired to, definitely start operating your business from this space. But in general, just I'm asking you to plug back in here and use this video to get yourself reconnected to womb space. As I said, I'm in the Chicagoland area, so I'm going to be teaching these practices all through the year. There'll be intro trainings and women's circles to join. So please get connected with me. I'm actually redoing my website, so I just ask you to send me an email at Cherin at soulfirecoachingandhealing.com, and you can always connect with me on Facebook through my business page. Just get connected with me there, and I'll be, sending out notifications for the events that are coming up. But if you are interested in learning more, definitely just shoot me an email with the email I just provided, and just say, Cherin, I'm interested. I want to get on your list, and I'd love to come to an intro training. So, all right, my dear, namaste, blessings to your mission, and I hope to see you soon.